Let's crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, they can revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal shaded lids, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining and grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and sorry I missed you guys yesterday. We're going to have a short show today. I've got some family stuff that I'm dealing with at the present moment that obviously takes, that's obviously more important than doing a show, even though I'm still trying to do the show to get stuff out of the way. It is what it is. Things happen in life. So, but anyway, we're gonna do the show today. It's not gonna be long, probably 30 minutes or so, and then we're gonna be out of here. We're gonna be out of here. So hopefully my guys will be able to come on and talk about the different things. Of course, we're talking about Nathan Taylor, Wine B, Drew Hinthorne of Husker Drew picks, so because he's got some picks, and of course. We're going to talk about the NBA, and then, of course, High Stick Harry. Hopefully he can swing on for a minute to talk about some hockey stuff that we've got going on because the Stars play tonight in Game 1 and that. But let's start off with some good news, okay? We need some good news, and here's the good news for today. 4 months after Newport Beach, California announced they were unable to corroborate any criminal activity against Josh Giddey, the NBA has now closed its investigation. And I thought about that, and I thought, what took you guys so long? I mean, we all knew that there was nothing there. I don't know what it took them, the NBA, so long to do. And it's just amazing they didn't do this until after the Thunder went ahead and the season was over for the Thunder. I thought that was interesting, that the timing of the announcement as soon as the Thunder were done with everything. So done with the season. Of course, then the NBA closes the criminal activity, which, there was, like we've talked about many times, the thing with Josh and what happened was, he was 19 at the time. Just like it didn't just happen. He was 19 at the time when all this went down. So I just don't believe that it was fair for people to abuse him the way that they did. But it is what it is. And, it really cost him an entire season, really, because Josh never really got going this year. I think that it really hampered him, as it would you, as it would me, as it would anybody, with the threat of going to jail and you're trying to focus on your job. And I've talked about this ad nauseum. I don't know how anybody could get mad at Josh and expect him to be doing more than what he did. I thought he played pretty well considering everything that he was going through at the time. I thought he did really well. I thought he handled his business as best he could, or like I said, as best as anybody could, depending on, considering what he was going through at the time. And, a lot of people were really hard on Josh, and I don't know how you guys can be hard on Josh. What if you were going through, something that you could possibly go to jail or go to prison for? How focused would you be on your job? Now granted, the one true thing about sports is that a lot of things that are going on in your life, it allows you to focus on other things, and it distracts you. But this is a whole different thing, which is why I think it can be all of a sudden, boom, okay, we're going to drop it. Well, you should have dropped it after they dropped it, of course, but the NBA does a thorough thing. But it's just amazing today, waited after the Thunder were out of the playoffs before they announced this. And it would have been nice if they had done that before. Why wouldn't you do that earlier in the year? Why wouldn't you do that earlier in the year? That's just me. But the NBA is all powerful, and they do what they want, clearly, okay? They do what they want, clearly. Now, by the way, you guys, if you want to come in, you want to like, subscribe, and hit notifications to leave any comments. And we've added a few subscribers too, and appreciate you guys who have come on and subscribed to the channel. But like, subscribe, hit notifications, and every time we're on, you can come on. You can comment about anything that's on your mind that we're talking about, or if there's questions you want to ask, hey, go ahead and ask them. I mean, I'm not going to get mad at you or anything like that. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. If you have some things you want to say, you do. Like, I have a lot of friends that are also After the Storm, which is our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show, which we have the most viewership and stuff on. People really enjoy that. But back to what I was saying is that, I'm not going to get mad at you. I mean, you can comment and you can say anything you want to say as long as it's not something stupid. If it's something stupid, then, yeah, I'm just going to probably ignore you or make a comment about you, and that's about it. But I'm not going to berate you. My thing is this. My comments are my comments. My thoughts are my thoughts based on what I do and how I feel about things. So if you disagree with me and you have a better point of view, then express it. Because there's no growth. You can't grow in life. And I posted on my Facebook the other day, you can't grow in life if you can't change your opinion, if you can't change your thought because somebody else made a better argument than you. Okay? Those people who say, well, this is what I feel, like I've had people tell me, man, I don't care what anybody says, this is my opinion, nobody's going to change it. Really? So no matter what anybody, I can't talk to people like that, because to me, I have a strong opinion on what I feel based on my knowledge, based on what I've been through, based on my experiences, just like you guys do. And my arguments are usually pretty solid on why I feel the way. I just don't randomly come up with stuff. I pretty much think things out and go over them before I go and say them. But when I am that word, yes, I will go ahead and I will admit it, just like my girl Maya Long, Mark Long's SRB, sponsor SRB's wife, Maya, texted me like, "Oh, you admitted you were wrong." Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna admit it. Okay, I have no problem changing my mind. Nathan Taylor of YMB has changed my mind on a couple things. My guy Micah Henson, Drew Hinthorn. I've got Randy Wright, the commander, John Gray. I've got multiple people who have changed my opinion on stuff. I have my thought. I have my process of how I go through things. And if you come up with an argument, or if you come up with something better than what I'm talking about, or better than my point of view, then yes, I will say you're right. And I will change my point of view because your point is better than my point. So I have no problem, because if you can't change, you can't grow. If you can't change your way of thinking, if you feel like you feel, period, if you can't change when somebody comes with an argument better than what you have, and you can't change, you're not going to grow in life. I feel sorry for you. You're not growing. You have to be flexible enough to admit when you're wrong. You have to be adult enough or smart enough to understand when someone has a better argument than you. When they're just basically not necessarily wrong, not necessarily that you're wrong, but their argument is better than your argument. Then you have to accept their argument because it's better. Because you can't grow if you get into this foxhole and go, I'm gonna stay right. Well, what does that matter? What does that do? And that goes back to my comment about people and about things. So, when you go on Facebook and you want to comment about me, I don't see them until after the show, and maybe not even till the next day. So if you want to comment, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications for the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, and go ahead and comment. And I'll say your name right here on the channel. I will talk about we'll ask what your comment. I'll talk about your comment. If you have a question, we will tell them what your question is, and we will answer your question live. That's how you grow. That's how you do things. I'm not going to beat up. I've only had one idiot, and all the time I've been doing this came and said something stupid. One person. It was idiotic what they said. We're talking about the Thunder, and he came up and he was saying something, and I forget what it was because it was so stupid. And he goes, "Oh, and I played basketball." Well, the hell does that mean? You played basketball when? In junior high? Grade school? When the hell did you play? I mean, just because you played basketball don't mean you're knowledgeable. And Randy Wright and I, the commander, we've laughed about people because stuff they said, you're like, and you played basketball. Now, just because you didn't play basketball doesn't mean you can't be a great coach. Because you can have a great understanding of the game, flow of the game, when to do this, when to do that. That has zero, there's a bunch of great basketball players who can't coach. Magic Johnson couldn't coach. Great basketball player. Michael Jordan couldn't coach. Great basketball player. You being able to, and Kobe admitted, he said, I can't play. And Michael says the same thing, I can't coach. There's no way, because their level of what they expect of themselves and you, they realize most people can't live up to their expectations, so they're not going to be a great coach. You got people like that, they're just not going to. They just can't. And then you have other people, like Larry Bird, who was great at conveying his thought process, his view of the game to others to help them get better. Because remember, he coached them against the Bulls when he was in Indianapolis or Indiana Pacers. So, you can do that. And there are some coaches that, that have great insights. They just do. Pat Riley was a great basketball player at Kentucky. Then went on to play in the NBA. Then he went as a coach. He was an announcer first. Then he was a coach. He has an intricate knowledge of the game, and he was able to pass that on to people. Like when I coach, like I tell people, when you're little and you're younger, which is what I always tell my parents, we're not going to win. Why? Because I'm teaching you to get you ready for later, not today, when it doesn't matter. But when you get to high school, when you're going to play, that's when it matters. I'm going to get you ready for that, because basketball and intricacies and learning the game is a process. So that being said, that's part of the way I look at things. That's part of how my view, and my view may not always be 100% right, and it's been wrong once, maybe twice. Other than that, what I'm saying has been always pretty much on point on what I am trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to say. That's facts. Okay, when it comes to basketball, I'm pretty, because I'm Randy Wright, the commander, and we disagree on some things. And he and I both have a unique, like when we sit up at club level at the Thunder games, people want to sit down low. Well, we like it up there because, one, the seats are bigger. Two, there's cup holders. Three, you get to walk up the steps, and there's bathroom, bar, food. So everything we need is right there. And we have a great view of the game. We can see all the little stuff that's going on. So we have great talks, by the way, about stuff. So now last night in the NBA, of course, there was only one game. Of course, I think it's going to be one game a night. I think that's how it's going to be since it's the conference finals. I think it's going to be NBA hockey every other night. And then last night, of course, the Mavericks took care of the Timberwolves 108-105 to take a 1-0 lead in that first game, best of 7. And I talked about that. I think, the Mavs, it all depends on their backups, the bench players, role players. And Kyrie came out and he established himself right from the very beginning of the game. He had, 24 at half and scored 4 the second half. And then, of course, the closer, Luka Doncic, took over at the end and closed them out, which is what you do. You get your role players to play and you put everybody in the correct position to win the game. That's what coaching is. That's what players do. And you have to have defined roles, whereas the Thunder, the coaching staff clearly, their defined roles on what the Thunder are and aren't are not even remotely close to me. The way I look at it is, I just don't understand what the guy does. Well, once again, he is a fantastic builder of talent. The problem is we're already built. Now we have to have the person to put us in the correct place to make us the most successful. So that's where they're at. So, but anyway, I thought the Mavs role players played really well. They did what they needed to do. They match up with Minnesota really well. But that being said, Minnesota, they're coming off a win, beating the Denver Nuggets, which nobody expected them to do, and they accomplished. So, when that being said, you gotta tip your hat to the Mavs for taking advantage of them, because, like I said, the road team, if you're going to steal a game one is the one to steal. Especially if the other team has come off a lot of rest, number one, because the Pacers should have beat the Celtics. They should have beat them. They had them on the ropes and they let them off the hook. And that was the game to steal because the Celtics had been sitting so long. It's just like the Mavericks and the Thunder, just like the Pelicans and the Thunder. Pelicans wanted to steal game one. SGA shut the door on them. The Mavericks wanted to steal game one. The whole team shut the door on them. The whole team didn't show up after that except for SGA, but still, that's what happened. So the Mavs got to steal game one. The Timberwolves coming off an emotional win at Denver on the road to take care of the number 1 seed, the defending champions. And the Mavericks did what they needed to do, come home and steal it to take a 1-0 lead in the series. And, I don't know what else you expected it to be. And when I look at the playoffs right now, the Celtics lead 1-0, and they're the number one seed. The Mavericks, the fifth seed, are 1-0 over the Timberwolves. Now, I fully expect tomorrow night for the Timberwolves to come back and take care of business. I really do. I don't think that Dallas is going to go up 2-0 on them. I think Minnesota will make the adjustments they need to make. Being the number one defensive team in the league, I think they will make the changes that they need to make and come back. But, hey, hats off to Dallas. They did what they needed to do, and Jason and, not Jason, but Jason Kidd did a fantastic job. He outcoached our coach, for sure. And then, of course, they were just better than the Clippers because the Clippers are the Clippers. Even though I think Tyronn Lue is probably one of the top 3 coaches in the league, he's way better than Jason Kidd. But once again, you don't have the players to do what you need to do to win. You're going to get beat. And it's just like the Lakers getting ready to hire, who they're going to hire because of LeBron. Once again, everybody says all they want to about LeBron. He ain't the GOAT. And all he does is he comes to teams, he demands everything. Then when he leaves, your team is in the shambles. Everybody except Miami. Why? Because Pat Riley did not do what everybody else does, bow down to him. The Cavaliers sucked after he left. He came back, got him a championship because Draymond Green missed Game 5. Wasn't for that, he would not have a championship. They would have got beat 4-1. But instead, that's what happened. And then he came to Lakers, and now he's just, Lakers had a great team. They win a game in the bubble, and he don't want to play with these guys. He wants, Russell. He wants, Carmelo. He wants to get rid of everybody instead of the team that they were trying to beat. And, of course, the Lakers being haven't won anything, being starved, and it's a star-driven town, got the biggest star in the NBA to come. And they bowed down to him, and they have not recovered since. And what people don't understand is, other than the bubble, they haven't finished higher than 7th seed. Oh, well, he's old now. Yes, and now he's making him draft his son. I mean, step up, Jenny Buss. Like Pat Riley said, hey, we're Miami. We ain't doing that. This is how we do things. Here's our culture. This is what's happening. We ain't firing the coach. He didn't like Eric Spoelstra. And Dwayne Wade was like, no, God, this is our guy. And Pat Riley was like, no, you gonna leave. He ain't leaving. And what have they done? They've gone back to the finals. They've done stuff since. When you build a culture and you have a strong leadership at the top, everything else trickles down. The Lakers aren't strong at top because LeBron just came in and did what he did with Cleveland. He tried to do that with Miami. That's why he left. He didn't even tell Dwayne Wade he was leaving. He just left. So, to me, that's just I'm not a fan. I'm a Laker fan. I'm over what he's done. And I see the Thunder, they've already made a mistake one time with what they did between Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And now you're doing the same damn thing with SGA. Give me a damn coach who understands superstars, who understands how to coach a superstar. Give me that. And then another thing I'm going to gripe about is how the hell do you lead the league in steals? You're on the number one team in the league, in the Western Conference, and you don't make first team All-NBA defense. How the hell is that? Your team had led the league in steals, was number one in turnovers. You led the NBA in steals, and you don't make first team All-NBA? You have, 5 forwards in a center? Really? Once again, people who do this, and they Stephen A. and a lot of these guys, some of them are credible. Most of these reporters, they ain't jack. If they were on fire, I'd just drink my water. You know what the hell you're talking about. It's like the guy who didn't vote Derek Jeter in. How do you still have your credentials, being the only guy who said that Derek Jeter wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer? You're a Red Sox fan. You let your emotions kick in for that instead of doing it's like to me. No, Jokic, the first year he should not have won an MVP. That should have been Giannis' third year. The next year when he won his second, that should have been Embiid. Last year should have been his first, and then instead of Embiid. But hell, they know damn well they messed up. There wasn't no way in hell Jokic should have won 2 MVPs in a row. No way. No way. Just like the same when what's his name? Steve Nash won it over Kobe Bryant for his second one back to back. What the hell are you talking about? Once again, it frustrates me when these people who have a little power who don't deserve it. Just because you're a reporter, just because you've been reporting, you can't. When it comes to stuff like that, Hall of Fame stuff, you can't do. Now, when you're in Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, I get what these guys do. They're just trying to do anything to promote what they're doing. to help, bring somebody. Oh, this guy's popular. Let's put him in. And then you talk about when we're doing a special this year, or we're gonna be we're working on right now doing a documentary, and I can promise you that it's gonna break down who the hell the best basketball players were. Okay, and I can promise you one of the guys in the Hall of Fame, he ain't gonna be on it. I can promise you that. Because us as players, we know who the hell, as a player, you know who busted you out and who didn't. You know who you respect and who you don't. And when you're not even the best player on your college team, but yet you're in the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame and you went to OU and you weren't even the best player on your team, how the hell is the best player on your team not in there but you are? It's politics. It's a bunch of crap. I don't go about politics. Either you can play or you can't. My eyes going to tell me everything I need to know about you. If you can go, you can go. If you can't, you can't. If you can't, I'm gonna bust you up. I don't care. I know who can play and who can't. You can look at it and see. I don't need to go by somebody. I don't need to kiss somebody's butt because I'm not gonna do it. Like somebody was talking about, how you need to be nicer to the Thunder. What for? They already do that. They already promote stuff on Bally's and they water down and tell you whatever they want you to know on Bally. You don't need to tell me. I already know what I know because I can see what you're doing. I can see what's happening on the court. I don't need you telling me what the hell's going on when I can see it for myself. And what you're saying and what I'm seeing are not the same. And like I said, if you disagree with me, you can disagree with me all you want to. Because I don't care. But if you're going to call me out and you're going to say that I'm wrong, then please give me a legitimate argument to tell me why. Because I know what I'm saying is facts. And you can disagree all you want to, but if you start listening to what I'm saying and watching what I'm telling you to watch, you'll see that I'm telling the truth. All I'm here is to educate. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to pull wool over your eyes. We're the only team that I've even seen or listened to that their announcers don't call them out for stuff. We're the only team. Our announcers are terrible. The people who broadcast are terrible. It's awful. They're awful. And you know damn well they're awful. But the Thunder are telling you, for the uneducated people, what they want you to know. They're teaching you what they want you to know instead of what really is. Come on, man. Michael Cage, you don't even know you're a center. You weren't going out there to score and take people. You don't know what a floater and a teardrop is. Oh, that was a great play. That was just the reverse. My kids can do that. They're 12 years old, 8, 11, 12 years old. They can do the same shit they do. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? To me, that's frustrating. And to you, for the people who didn't play and don't understand what the different calls is, you don't know any different. But those of us who do, we're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And it frustrates us. That's why we were so happy when ESPN came on. That's why what happened when TNT got it, because we could get some real analogy. And then what happened when they got here, the coach of the year no longer is the coach of the year in anybody's eyes. Except the Thunder fans who are, oh, that's our coach. Yeah, okay. You guys go ahead and keep thinking that. Then the rest of the world thinks that. They're like, how the hell did this guy win? He got exposed for what he is. He is an excellent builder of talent. He is an excellent play caller, which, of course, he took that away when he called challenge SGA's three-point. What the hell are you doing? We get one timeout? You taking away our timeout? He clearly fouled him. And that's on the Thunder bench. Why would you challenge that? For what reason? The push comes to shove, you're only down 2 with the ball at half court with 2 or 3 seconds to go, base 2.5, 3 seconds. With a chance to make a great play to either tie the game, send it overtime, or win it, whichever way you want to go. And he's an excellent out of bounds. Why are you giving away game away? That's what people who don't understand the floor game and don't get it, that's what they do. And that's what he did, which is why that it is what it is, and the Thunder happened what the Thunder happened. Okay? That's it. But that being said, tomorrow we're going to do more stuff on the Thunder. We're going to do a breakdown. We were going to try to do it this week, but I may just wait till Monday. Or I might do the grade. I'll probably do the grades tomorrow because we're going to be at whatchamacallit tomorrow and doing the grades. So I'll probably wait till tomorrow to do the grades on the Thunder players. I've pretty much done. I'm only down to a couple, which ain't no big deal. So I may go ahead and just do that and do my annual end of season rankings and rating of the players. So that's going to be interesting for people to see, and I think it's going to be interesting. Plus, it's going to be good for me to get it out. But like I said, I've been distracted here with some personal stuff, so family stuff. So it's one of those things that you have to deal with in time. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. I want to thank our sponsors. Collaborative Logic, SRB, if you have needs for surveying, engineering, surveying, or planning. Hit my guy Mark Long up. He loves to be behind the scenes. If you have a water treatment plant or if you have a dam, a local dam, they can come in and help you and tell you what you need to do with it to prevent tragedies. Or if you need something done, they can do that. Also, if you have a complex that you're wanting to build, they can come in and survey it, lay it out for you, make sure that nothing happens and you won't flood and all that. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers, software to be written to make your office run smoother, website design, or just networking. They can come in if you don't have a good networking guy. They can come in, and the thing that I love about them most is they can remote in and fix. Because like all the time, something goes wrong, I'll call them as long as it's software related, not as long as it's not related to the hardware. They can remote in and come in and fix whatever it is that needs to be done. I appreciate those guys so much for that. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, he is the dude for that. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. Appreciate those guys so much there, guys and girls there at YNB. Appreciate them for all they did. Randy Wright and Carolyn Hinthorn, of course. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon. Or YNB Each, which is off the Parkway and 39th Street, or 66th. YNB Mustang and 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks. And I-40, as Nathan says, 212 steps if you walk around the car. Yeah, whatever, dude. He ain't walking no 212 steps. I'm calling him out. YNB Peoples, which is located in Bethany, 6201 Northwest 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, Shelter Insurance. The Mark Pemberton Agency, located 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. Proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. That's 1982. And, of course, Aces must be the mailman coming up. Ace, quit yelling at the mailman. What you doing? Huh, baby? I love you too. Yes, my big baby right here. But anyway, so I was hoping that Drew Hinthorn would be on by now to talk about his. They give you his picks, the Drew Hinthorn picks of the game. He's always got his picks, and he's got some good ones, of course. And then, of course, my basketball camp is coming up. We have 6 spots left now because we had somebody sign up. So 6 spots is June 13th and 14th, grades 2nd through 8th grade. It's going to be Thursday and Friday from 8 to 12. You can drop them off on the way to work because I'm usually there about 7:15. So you can drop them off on the way to work and then pick them up at lunchtime. That way it doesn't interrupt your day. You can Venmo or Cash Out me here. There's things on the side. And then, of course, the QR code is right there for you guys to sign up. So make sure you sign up because we will be ordering T-shirts probably next week because they usually take about 6 or 7 days, come in about a week to get the T-shirts in because they're dry fit, they don't shrink. So whatever the size is what the size is, which the kids love to wear those things because they're so comfortable. And parents love them too because they're nice and easy. They're very cool. And I mean cool as far as keeping you cool, not as cool as far as cool because, I mean, of course they're cool because they're my shirts. I want to thank our sponsors for doing those as well. But anyway, there's the QR code. Go ahead and scan it in and go ahead and sign your child up for camp. Like I said, we're filling up pretty fast, and we only take 20 kids. Now, we will get up to 25 is the max when we go, but I prefer 20 because that's the perfect thing for us to do on one court to get everything done that we need to get done, and it's just real easy for us to do that. So, like I said, June 13th and 14th, which is coming up. And like I said, I think we have 6 spots left. I need to ask Cassidy today how many we have left, but I think we only have 6 left, if I can remember correctly. I think that's what she said. Well, I think we had 8, and we had 2 sign up. So I think we have 6 spots left for anybody. So if you guys want to come, and then like also we do have spots for girls. If you want to bring your daughters, you can have them too. And remember, this camp is for people who are interested in their kid getting better. If you're interested in like the Thunder camp and stuff like that, and your kids out trying to have fun, they're not gonna like it. So when you're basically doing this, you're just going to be donating money, because I can promise you people, if their kids don't want to understand and want to learn basketball, then I'm not the guy to talk to for that. I can promise you that, because it's not going to work. We just can't. It won't work. Let me see. Let me see. I'm looking at this. I try to go to my Facebook real quick. Go T Wolves. Our girl Jensen Moore says, "Go T Wolves." Not going to cheer for the whiny, the whiny Luca man, baby. He's up, Jensen. Don't be so hard. Of course, Dennis Jameson says, "What's up? What's up, big dog?" And appreciate you guys watching the show and commenting on it. But like I said, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications for the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. And it's easier because I can see them easier, quicker there if you do it here. And I can just look right there on my screen and be able to tell you what was said and what was done. So I don't think Drew is going to be able to come on today. Like I said, this is going to be a short show. I've got some stuff I've got to get done, family stuff I need to get done today. So this is going to be, like I said, I apologize for being a short show today, but I've got to get stuff done. And like I said, I apologize. I'm sorry. Drew's got the Celtics in the first quarter tonight, -3. He's got the Celtics -9 overall tonight. The Pacers and the Celtics, he's taking the over 224.5. And then in Major League Baseball, he's taking the White Sox +192 on the money line. Padres on the money line are -111. The Phillies money line -205. And my Yanks money line -147. And of course, he's taking my Stars tonight. So he's taking my Stars tonight, money line -130. It's going to be rocking. And how crazy is Dallas right now? They've got the Stars and they've got the Mavericks both in the conference finals. That's pretty amazing. That city is just going crazy right now. I really wanted to go and check them out and see it, but I didn't get a chance to make it down to Dallas. And so in fact, there was a game last night. The Panthers took care of the Rangers in New York. 3 of the Florida Panthers, they're dangerous, and my guy High State Carey was telling us about them and how strong of a team they are. And you can see they took care of the Rangers 3-0 last night in New York, and they're looking to go ahead and close them out for the second game in a row tomorrow to go up 2-0 and take home a court advantage, completely a home ice advantage, I guess it would be. Right now they've got home ice because they took that away. You got to go back to Florida, but in the playoffs, sometimes you just don't know, because when you looked at the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, the Timberwolves beat them 3 times there. The first 2 games and then Game 7. They beat them 3 times. I mean, how often is that you lose 3 home games? You have home field for a manager, home court, or home ice for a reason. And if you give it 3 out of the 4 games you play at home, you lose. That's not a good recipe. But anyway, Panthers took care of business last night. And tonight's games are the Oilers and the Stars, like we talked about. The Stars are -1.5 point favorites. And the over-under is 6. And, of course, that game is on TNT. And, of course, the Pacers and the Celtics are on ESPN. Like, they're switching out. And I think by the way, I like how they're doing that. One night is on ESPN. One night's on TNT, and they're switching back and forth. And I like how they really have done that. That's really cool, I think, the way that they did that. So anyway, Oilers and Stars tonight, 7:30 on TNT, and at 7 p.m., of course, you've got the Pacers against the Celtics on ESPN, and I like how they staggered them. So the basketball game is first, then you've got hockey, and then, of course, you end with basketball, end with hockey again. So you start with basketball and end with hockey if you want to do them both. That's how it's laid out. And then, of course, here is the way things sit right now. Game 1 is tonight between Dallas and Edmonton. And, of course, Florida and the Rangers are 1-0. Well, actually, I think are Florida playing at home? They may be playing at home. Are they playing at home? Where's my boy? I need my guy on here telling me what's going on if they're playing at home. Let Let me see. No, they're playing in New York. Huh. Because for some reason I thought that, yeah, the Rangers are at home and the Stars at home. So, yeah. That's weird. But I don't know why it's done like that, because in the way it sets up here, it says Florida is at home on this thing here, that they're the home team, which I don't. And for some reason I thought, well, I guess maybe they are the home team. Maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. Or it's the other way on the other side. I don't know. That's weird. I need to ask my guy Ben Dillman about that, how that's laid out and how that works out. But anyway, we've got some good stuff on tonight, and I'm excited about what you're going to see, what we're going to see tonight. But like I said, I'm sorry about the show today that we're not going to really get a chance to really be on, because I've got stuff I've got to get done, family issues, like I said. But I want to thank for those guys who come on and who watched, and like you guys who were commenting. Like I said, remember, like, subscribe, hit notification. And tomorrow we're going to have a full show. We're going to be discussing the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers schedule and the over-under. We're going to talk about the games tonight on hockey and basketball. And then, of course, we're going to give the breakdown of some other stuff. So, but anyway, I'm also going to have my breakdown for the Thunder grades tomorrow. So, that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. And once again, thank you guys for understanding that today I've got stuff to do and we're not going to do a show.